Thank you. Hello everyone. First I want to apologize for my voice. I'm so sorry. I had a sore throat these last days. So thank you so much for welcoming me today. Thank you to Changing the Narrative also for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here. So first about me a little bit. So I'm a Swiss Paralympic athlete. I competed in Tokyo at my first Paralympics in 2021. I went to 2 finals, which I got 2 diplomas for 100 meter sprint and long jump. I also have a bachelor in media and communication that I did in London. I just came back and I'm open to work as well. I'm a motivational speaker and I'm 24 years old. So about my story a little bit. So when I was born with a foot and leg malformation on my right side. I'm also missing the right kidney and I have hypothyroidism. And my amputation was after 3 years because the doctors tried to save my leg. After a few surgeries, we didn't save the leg. So at the end, we really wanted to give me the best chance. And so my parents and the doctors decided to do an amputation at 3 years old. I was always really into sport as a child. I discovered athletics really late, actually. I discovered it at 16 years old at a running clinic with Otto Bock, one of the leaders in prosthetic legs and wheelchairs. And so for my first time, actually, I ran at 16 years old. So my first 16 years, I've never ran, actually, which is crazy. So that feeling for me was incredible. I felt free. I felt really like nothing was keeping me down, and it was a really amazing experience for me to run for the first time at 16 years old. So for me, our differences make us unique. This is my everyday prosthetic leg, so it's really different from my sports leg. It also has a lot of technology in it, actually. It's an electronic knee, which I have to charge every day at night. And if I don't charge it, which already happened to me in vacation, and it's not funny, I can't walk. It's stiff, so it basically blocks itself. So yeah, and this leg I had the opportunity to have at 16, 17 years old, because before we have mechanical legs, because as kids we grow so fast that we don't need the electronical knee before. And it's also really expensive. It's around 13 to 40,000 francs. So yes. As mentioned, my career, I had the opportunity to go to many European championships, world championships as well. And one of my biggest successes as Tokyo was the European Championships in 2021 in Poland, where I had the chance to get a bronze medal in the 100 meter sprint. So that was really an amazing experience for me. Of course, Tokyo. Tokyo for me was amazing. It was also kind of surreal because there was COVID. So there was no one there. The stadium was empty, which is kind of crazy. I mean, look at the stadium. It was kind of sad, like the sensation of being at the start of the 100 meter sprint and not listening to anything, like not even a fly. And all that calmness was actually quite stressing as well. But for me, what was really important is that I focused on myself at that moment, on the race. It was also raining, as you can see, which is quite funny because the whole preparation we really trained for actually the humid and really hot weather that is actually in Japan. And then the day of my race it's raining, which is quite funny. I should have actually trained in Switzerland because it's raining here quite often. And so the experience in Tokyo with COVID was actually really special, also with all the tests we had to do, the sometimes isolation also from other countries. We couldn't really like hang out with other countries, which was kind of sad for the experience because I have a lot of teammates that I know, so we couldn't really speak to one another. But at the end of the games, then everyone partied, so it's quite ironic. I had the chance to qualify for 2 finals. So in the 100-meter sprint, I had the diploma in the 7th place. I really wanted to show you this picture because it looks like I'm flying. This picture got really in the media a lot because at RTS, because it looks really like I'm flying. I'm also like really excited and almost crying. This picture is what's taken actually at the semi-final, because actually on the statistics I was actually one of the last, so I wasn't even supposed to qualify for the final. So I really like pushed myself really forward, and that's why when you see that face is when I know that I'm qualified for the final. So it was a surprise for me, for my teammates, for my team, and for my coach as well, but a good surprise. Also, my second event is long jump, so I do both things in athletics. It's a really different sport. I have also 2 different prosthetic legs, 2 different blades. The blade for the long jump is more stiff because I jump on my blade, and the blade for the running needs to be way more softer, so you can really push on it to go really forward and run as fast as you can. And here as well, I also qualified for the final and got a diploma. So for me, when I started the athletics, I didn't really think about competitions. I only wanted to run as a kid, being normal actually, just wanted to participate in school. I just wanted also to like be a part of something. My parents actually brought me at the London 2012 Paralympics as a spectator. And after a few years in Tokyo 2021, I went as a competitor and athlete. So that was also an amazing memory and an amazing thing for me to happen after a few years. As a long jump, for the long jump for me, I discovered this really later as the 100-meter sprint, because when I discovered the running blades in 2016 with Otto Bock, so Otto Bock is a German brand who produces these blades. They let us try it on during this running clinic. They do it all over the world. And at the beginning, the problem was the cost, because unfortunately, the running blade costs between 15,000 and 20,000 francs. So that's quite a lot of money when you're 15 years old and you're at school and you have never worked. Unfortunately, also in Switzerland, it's not covered by the insurance, the disability insurance. So we really tried to fight that, and I'm still trying to fight this for kids at school, but they said to me that it's considered a luxury to do sports as an amputee and as a handicapped person. So for me, what was really the beginning of something was to try to find funds and association. So with one of the associations, who's called Pushboard, is one of the biggest associations in Switzerland for handicapped sport in Switzerland, and my parents who bought it 50-50, so my parents are also one of my biggest sponsors, my first actually. My experience as a para-athlete has been really intense. I mean, it started really young for me when I started at 16 years old, and I went to the World Championships in 2019 in Dubai. That was also an amazing experience. I had the opportunity to travel all over the world, Barcelona, Paris, Dubai, Tunisia, so everywhere to do those competitions, because for us as para-athletes, we don't have a lot of nationals competitions. There's only one in Switzerland, and there's not everywhere, so sometimes as a para-athlete you have to travel a lot, which is also a lot of costs. What I do also is I train and I compete with the able bodies, so I'm able to do more competitions during my season in the summer. But for me, it's really like when I have the best time and when I really push myself is when I have my competitors as well. As you can see on the picture, we really have a strong community. I mean, for me, when I started this is really where I discovered that I wasn't alone. My whole life, I've almost never met a woman my age with the same amputation as me. I've seen people with disabilities, but I've never seen myself as a friend or someone I can look up to. So this community for me was really important, and some of the women you can see on the picture I'm still friends with. Sometimes we visit each other. One of the Norwegian athletes came to train with me in Switzerland. I go to Spain sometimes, so we are competitors on the field, of course, like, don't get me wrong, we will never let anyone, like, be first, but there's also this community about, like, prosthetics, about also, like, what's the new technology, like, we talk a lot, we have, like, group chats where, like, oh, have you seen this new technology, how can we improve, can we improve ourselves on the field and in the Paralympic movement. So that's really important for me. The importance also of prosthetic legs is huge. I mean, if you look at like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or even like one of the first Paralympics, they ran with wooden legs. That's crazy for me, like it would hurt so much, like I don't recommend it at all. And I mean, as you can see in the pictures, like it doesn't look like anything today. Today it looks like carbon, it's really like, it's really aerodynamic, it needs a lot of power as well, but it has nothing to do with the prosthetics at first. I mean, nowadays we collaborate with like car brands. I mean, Honda has a lot of like wheelchair athletes who they sponsor, so they can make the best racing chairs ever. And so I think for me the technology needs to evolve every day. Of course, I don't think we will ever have like little motors in us, but I think it's really important for us to always keep pushing and see what's in the future. I mean, without that prosthetic leg, I couldn't run. I mean, without that material, I couldn't train, I couldn't be here today, I couldn't go to the Paralympics. So for me, it's really important. It's like my second leg. So for me, it's really important to have that with me all the time. So I want to thank you all for being here today. If you want to follow my journey, don't hesitate. I'm training for the LA 2028 Paralympics, and I'm excited for what's to come. And I'm excited for every step of the way. As an athlete, there's always ups and downs, and I hope to see you soon and follow my journey. Don't hesitate to also watch some of the para-athletes online or on TV. I mean, really look at the Paralympics after the Olympics. It's really important for us, as that creates a community and a demand for the broadcasting community. So yeah, so thank you so much for your time. So now we're going to go for questions, so don't hesitate if you have any question. Yeah, so
you mentioned that some people say support for a handicapped person is luxury.
yes.
For you, what's your opinion? Is it a right, a luxury?
Of course, like I disagree. For that, for me, as a disabled person and for all disabled person, I think doing sports needs to happen. I mean, even for our health, not even for like competitions or going to like high competitions. I mean, for me at first, we also tried with like doctors to say to the disability insurance, like, look, my back hurts, but they didn't care. We have to fight that. I think like in Germany and France, for example, they pay prosthetic legs, sports prosthetic legs for kids, so they can participate in sports. Because for me, when they told me it's luxury, they also called me handicapped again. Because when you're in the class of the sports in school and you can't participate, I felt more handicapped than I felt every day at school.
Hi, thanks a lot. I was wondering if you had, when you compete, do you have rules or norms around the blades? Do you all have the same, or can you have play?
Yeah, of course. So for us, there is two main partners in the Paralympic movement. There's Oster, who's a brand, and then there's Ottobock, a German brand. I'm a sponsored Ottobock athlete. For us, there's not a lot of regulations. You just have to send pictures, and I mean, the blade is regulated by Ottobock. But for example, for double amputees, at the competition, they have to measure the height. which was a new rule, because if you can make yourself higher and higher, you can run faster and faster. But for us as a one-leg amputee, there is no need to make yourself higher, because then you're going to lose more advantage. So yes, there is some rules. You can do anything you want. I mean, obviously, like, there has been some things that, yes, we cheat and we run faster, but without it, we can't run. So for me, that's the main thing.
I have a question. I recently saw some criticism about the IPC TikTok account and that they making fun of para athletes, using people with disabilities practicing sport. What's your personal perception? Would you mind that people would make fun of you if that fit the context, or you would prefer some other attitude from non-disabled people?
Yes, so I saw that TikTok, and it's actually, I find it personally really funny. I mean, the person behind it should be rewarded, because they make it seem that it's normal. For me, I think you can joke about everything, but with respect, and I wouldn't mind it if you would take a picture or a video of me and put like a cool sound behind it. I think it also like kind of makes it less awkward, less also, oh my god, it's a stigma, oh my god, it's handicapped people. I think we're athletes as anyone else, and that's what we fight for. I mean, for me, they told me a lot, oh, yes, you went to the Paralympics because it's easier, there's less athletes. Actually, yes, but I didn't went like that. I mean, I had to fight for it. There is like rules, there's norms. I mean, some athletes don't get qualified, so it's not as easy as people think. And for us, really, as para-athletes, we really want people to know that we're athletes equally as other athletes, as Olympian athletes.
Then I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
I've noticed that in some Olympic Games, you know, when for them para-athletes population is relatively small to the normal athletes, they tend to present them as a superhumans, that like, oh, this person came from such a difficult situation in their lives and they are superhumans. In that sense, you would enjoy this attitude, or you would still prefer like, we're just a normal, treat us as a usual athletes, neither more nor less?
I like personally the superhuman thing, and like when I go to schools, I do also conferences in schools for children, and they usually call me robot, or like you're an Avenger or stuff. I personally like it, and I think as para-athlete and as athlete, everyone has a story. So I really enjoy it, and if it also brings a light to us in the media, in the TV, to like, hey, we're here, and say like, it's a trend that we're superheroes or superhumans, I will take it. And I think it's a really good thing. Is there any more questions? Don't hesitate, I love questions. So.
Slightly different question. What's your fastest time?
Currently it's 17 seconds.
Is that a recent time, or was it?
It was in Tokyo, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. It's faster than me.
Thank you.
Hi, I was just wondering how is your situation with partner sponsors, and has that changed with the Olympics? And have you seen a change also with partner sponsors wanting to have more purpose engagement eventually?
Yeah, so honestly right now it's quite bad, not gonna lie, but after, no, it was more before the Olympics, really the year of the Paralympics, where people were really like, sponsors were reaching out to me and they wanted really to support me in that project. After it was more down, because for us as Paralympians, and even like some sports, it's the only time we're broadcasted on TV and shown, and there was a light on us. So I think that time is really important for us to have sponsors and people that support us. I have some strong sponsors that support me, but I'm always looking for more, obviously. I mean, this year has been pretty tough, and the next years because it's the in-between for the games that is really kind of a tough time. I've also had some sponsors and partners tell me that we already sponsor one Paralympic athlete or a disabled athlete, so we're good, it's okay, check on the box. So that's kind of the thing, is I fight for it, because it's not just, oh, an inclusion thing or a diversity thing. Of course, it's the new trend. Of course, it's something that like people and like communication surf on, but not because they only sponsor one Paralympic athlete, why can't they have two or more? So that's really the thing I fight for, and that's quite hard sometimes to get that response from like a big sponsor or a partner that they don't want to have a second Paralympic athlete.
Thank you, Sofia. Please give a big round of applause for Sofia.